And now Elena Shushenova. She needs a 10 to take first place from Silovash.
Watch this opening sequence. Back handspring, layout, the same thing that we saw Silovash and Phoebe Mills use. She had one slight bobble, but she pulled up very quickly and did not give away any deduction. Watch this move. An impossible move, a full twisting back straddle down. There's a series of leaps. Oh,
got a couple little bobbles.
She shows terrific flexibility there. Used to not be a strong point for her, but she's improved a great deal. Here's the dismount. Round off, tuck double. That's a landing.
No Soviet has won this event. As you see, Valery Lyukin and a lot of the Soviet gymnasts watching from the stands. The last time a Soviet won the beam in the Olympics was 1972, Olga Korbut.
It's an interesting fact that balance beam is the only event which she has failed to win a gold medal at a major competition.
Boy, look at this move. That is brutal. I'm sorry. A back with a full straddle down. No other gymnast in the world is crazy enough to even try it, let alone do it in competition.
4-inch wide beam.
From this angle, it's really important to show how your hips have got to be perfectly straight. So if they're out of line, you're off.
There's a 2-foot takeoff to a tuck double back. She's trying to fight that landing. She has to wave her arms a little bit. I think the judges should take a minor deduction because she waved her arms. Although her feet did not move, it did disrupt from the general impression of the exercise.
A 10 would overtake Silovash, and we say that because they've been giving imperfect 10s.
Now the 10 that you see the judge throwing there, holding up to the other judges, is that she's the difficulty judge. She's keeping track, and she wanted to inform all of the judges that the routine should be judged from a perfect 10 in terms of difficulty, not necessarily execution.
9.950, so that means two of the gymnasts, Silovash and Shushenova, are ahead of Phoebe Mills with 4 more to go, and there were a couple more 10s sprinkled in Shushenova's scoring. So the drama builds. Again, it's Silovash, the woman to beat for the gold, and Phoebe Mills now needs help, and it's kind of a bad thing to say. We're certainly not wishing any of the youngsters that follow bad luck.
Ooh, she had a lot of trouble there. On the back handspring layout, back handspring, she was very tentative. She was certainly off balance, and she really had to fight it. Some routines, you just happen to be rock solid. Everything is really cold. Some routines you have to fight, and I think the great athletes pull out the best possible exercise every time. But the balance beam, of course, is very precarious. Back handspring, lay out. She's really working this routine. It's not easy for her. She's making sure everything's on, and she does look a little cautious.
Roganskaya, who's had a big Olympics, this 15-year-old, a gold Olympic champion in the vault to start the competition. She, of course, was the silver or the bronze in the all-around and a gold in the team.
Here's the round-off punch from a 2-foot takeoff. She grabs those knees and cranks that flip around. And she's trying to fight it, but there was no way. She was short of rotation. She was very tentative throughout the whole exercise, and you can't hold back in the finals at the Olympic Games. It just doesn't work. There's too many great gymnasts going for everything.
9.850. And with that, Phoebe Mills wins a bronze. Podorak and Mills will share the bronze. Silavash will take the gold, Shushunova the silver, and the United States, well, that becomes an upset. No one figured that anyone from the United States, men or women, would win any medal. The girls almost took the bronze as a team, and Phoebe Mills on that score, a troublesome beam routine by Boginskaya, and Mills, I don't think she knows it yet, has earned a bronze. Let's keep an eye on her. They flash the official results on the scoreboard, and Phoebe Mills now knows and waves to the crowd. She has earned the bronze, sharing it with Gabriela Podorak of Romania behind Silavash and Shushunova. So on the final day, the U.S. will earn a precious Olympic medal. Mills has become the first woman non-Eastern Bloc country to win a medal, sharing the bronze on the beam. And now we'll go to the floor exercise, and this is the most sensational of all the women's events. Shushunova and Silavash tied for first. Teamler of East Germany, Boginskaya, Mills, and Dudieva are tied for fifth, and Phoebe Mills is up first. Adams Family and Red River Valley, the combination music she'll use.
And her opening tumbling run is going to be a full-in pike. All right. Should be a whip through to a double back.
You know, Bart, I talked to Phoebe about what her intentions are after the Olympic Games, and she says she's going to continue on to 92. It's kind of a goal for the Mills family. They want 3 Olympians on the 92.
Duck double. Oh, out of bounds.
Yeah, she had trouble earlier in landing her dismount, and a bigger problem to conclude her routine.
Actually, it's understandable how this happened. She's doing a double back dismount, sort of half tucked and half piked, and she just lands with her hips a little too far back. And, of course, she'll lose a couple tenths for stepping back and 1 for stepping out of bounds. Probably hard to get pretty psyched for your floor routine when she came off with such a surprise medal in the balance beam. She's probably still dazed from that.
A deduction, you see a 1/10 of a point for stepping out of bounds. For scoring, rather generous. A couple of 9.9s in there. And there's Shushunova. She'll be coming up shortly. And, of course, so will Silavash. The tumbling routines on the floor. Who knows better? Let's go to Mary Lou Retton.
The optional floor exercise really gives the gymnast a chance to express her style and her personality through the choice of her music and of her dance movements. But the key to a well-performed floor exercise routine is, of course, the 3 main tumbling passes. Now, the judges look for the difficulty of the tumbling skills and the height. For example, in this first tumbling pass, this gymnast is using 7 skills in 1 diagonal. This is very complicated to do. Now, this is my kind of tumbling pass, but this gymnast can use her great power and her strength. And finally, let's look at the new fad in tumbling. Double tumbling passes. 1 right into the other.
And so we'll return to Gymnastics Hall. We'll see both Silavash and Shushunova. Silavash